What's up, guys? It's Sebastian of Stage 1 here, and we're back with more Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Last time, we finished the main adventure. We brought the tale of Aionios and the group to a close. It was a very bittersweet ending, and I will concurrently, because this game, Sonic Frontiers hasn't come out yet, and Pokemon hasn't come out yet, but I can very much guarantee that this is my game of the year. The entire journey has been incredible. From the beginning to the heart-wrenching moments of Chapter 5, all the character interactions. The only times I had any problems were very minor, and yeah. I've seen how other people reacted to the ending. I saw people were very mixed about the ending, but everyone does like the game, from what I can tell. I saw people like, why does the final boss have like 7 phases? I'm like, I'm fucking fine with this. This is fun. But, yeah. I can't believe we're at the end. But you might be noticing, well, we're in the bonus episode. So what's next? Well, there's a few things that we get for beating the game. We saw some at the end. So, number one is, now that we have completed the game, we have the ability at any rush spot, where you can level up, you can now level down. Which I'm surprised that they kept that only towards, for beating the game. I'm surprised about that, but you can now level down if you want to grind something, okay? Or if you want to challenge yourself more. On top of this, heroes, you can now change their accessories. I think it's just accessories, though. So, if you want to do that, you can do that, okay? And the last thing we got, which I could have gotten much sooner in the playthrough, is the Monado skin for sword fighters. And anyone can use it, okay? Anyone can use it. You have to individually turn it on for that person. But, yeah. So, the Monado goes over Noah's sword. Anyone that has Sword Fighter, if you can turn it on with its own attachments. You can also turn the eye patches on in that same menu for people. So yeah, we got those 3 for free. Okay. We also unlocked the ability for, well, we got a new title screen as you can sell as well with the party. But we also got New Game Plus. New Game Plus, when you is a mode in which you'll start the game from the beginning again, but you'll retain all the characters' levels and growth. So, certain things like chain attacks and interlinking will have to be unlocked through the story as normal. So after Chapter 2, you'll get your... Chapter 1, you'll get your interlink again. Chapter 2, you'll get your chain attacks again. Tutorial notifications will be removed, but you will still be able to read all your tips. You get to keep the entire inventory as recorded in the save data that you pick. However, all key items will be reset with the exception of Origin Shards, the Art of the Flow, and Napon coins, both gold and silver. Art of the Flow, if your brain is blinking on that, that's the ability from Juniper's side quest. Juniper's hero quest, the first hero quest, which you do throughout the story, that allows you to cancel arts into each other. That's all it is. So you get art canceling from the beginning of the game. Unique monsters that became graves will also be revived. So that level 3 Bunnet at the beginning of the game, they will be revived. However, your Soul Hacker arts will remain. So even if you kill it again, you'll still have the ability from your first playthrough. So don't have to worry about losing anything. But if you beat them again, you'll get to see the record of your first playthrough and keep that intact. So, you pick the save that you want, okay? I'm not going to do that right now. New Game Plus is for the streams on Twitch, which I probably more than likely have already started and maybe even finished. Who knows? Depends on how fast I get to do it and how often I get to do it. But check my Twitch out if you want to see the New Game Plus stuff. Those are for my friends to see the story, since they don't always get the chance to watch the YouTube videos. Now, we're going to continue, though. Because there is some post-game content in the game. So, first things first. We're right outside the door to fight Z. Or Zed. But, thank you. But, also here you can go to your clothing menu, hit Y, and you'll see attachments. So we can have the eye patch. You can only have one attachment at a time, by the way. So the Monado's on, or you can have nothing. So right now I have the Monado on, okay? I haven't used it yet. And as I go to, like, Mio, okay, you can see it. She has attachments as well. She can use it. She can have the eye patch. Same with Uni, Tyon, Lance, Senna. All of them can do it, okay? If you have the Shulk amiibo, you can use it from the very start of the game by just going into, sorry, wrong button. Going into System and doing amiibo. Using the Shulk one, you'll get it instantly from the beginning of the game. But at least now that I know, you don't need it. You're not screwed out of it, okay? You can do other amiibos. You'll get items for them, either gold. Sometimes, rarely, you'll get silver, not pawn coins. Maybe gold, I'm not sure, but silver, yes. But random items in general, you can only scan up to 3 a day, though, okay? And here's the tip menu. There's training drills. I sort of showed this earlier on in the Let's Play, but I wanted to just go over it really fast. This is how I learned how to art cancel, but I will do, like, look, there you go, art cancel. So, I'll show this one really fast. Ordering my allies to interlink for me. So, what they does is it brings you to a virtual battlefield.
All right. Let's give it a go.
And it will tell you, with a nice step-by-step tutorial, game, choose player, party, and you press the left button to display the interlink menu. You can then do up, right, or down, and X, Y, or B to order an interlink to get the specific person you want. Press in the left button again to close it. So we're gonna do this, and I want Senna, so down.
Are you ready, Uni?
It's fine. I've got them.
Keep it up, Mia.
Okay, I'm gonna do it again, and I'm gonna make Uni do it.
Ready to roll.
Okay.
Sword strike. Edge thrust.
Now I'm gonna make me do it.
I need you, Mia. Phantom slash.
That's it.
Get away!
Exit drills. So if there's a specific Ouroboros unit, you can. But I'm getting ahead of myself. This is what the training drills does. It lets you try it out, and so on and so forth. Okay. Now, if we leave and go to Keva's Castle, I'm gonna go to the. Where is it? Yeah, here. We're gonna go here. I should honestly go to a place I can level up. No. We're good. So I'm gonna go here first and explain what I'm doing here, okay? I mentioned there was one thing left I didn't do, besides, raising the affinity up for everyone, during my playthroughs.
Better make sure we're well rested.
And that was this discussion, Aionios Strongest. You get this discussion in the city. It's a question mark. They'll tell you about it as soon as you get into chapter 7, okay? These are for the Superbosses, okay? I'm not good enough at the game to kill all the Superbosses on camera. That's going to take some time preparing. I need to hit level 99, get everyone up to snuff. Everybody's freaking out here. What the heck? Okay. So yeah, I can tell you what they are. I'll tell you where they are.
Okay,
But I'm not
time
good
to
enough
go,
to do
guys.
them on camera. So here's what you do, okay? The first Superboss is level 95. Most of the time in Xenoblade, Superbosses are any enemies that are level 100 or higher. This is an exception, okay? One enemy and only one enemy is level 95, okay? So if you hit level 99, you'll have not much of a trouble. Even if you hit level 95, you'll be on equal grounds with it, but you know, so you'll still have some problems. But 95, but 99, and you'll be able to go through it pretty easily, okay? The first one is called the Kilocorn Grendeps, okay? And where it is in the Foreignness region, okay? If I remember exactly where... It's right here. It'd be right here, okay? So, again, level 95. Kilocorn Grandeps. The only thing you need to know about this is it has a good block rate. It does, and it has AoE attacks, and it can inflict break on the party. And in fact, it has a very strong chance to inflict break on the party, okay? But it is the easiest one, especially, as I said, once you hit level 99. So you can take it down. It's right here in the Foreignness region, okay? The second super boss we've seen on camera before, and that's in the full version of the ATO region. You can only get to it, however, once you go from the upper. So you have to get to chapter 7 to begin with, okay? To go towards the Cloud Keep, okay? But here at Cooley Lake, you'll see the bird one flying in the sky in the Asia region, or Aeta, I think. I don't know how to say it, but it's the Parrowing Rio, and that's the bird that flies around. It has like rainbowish colored feathers on its wings. It's level 100, so if you're level 99, you're just a tiny bit underprepared for it, but you know, you'll be able to manage it. It will be hard, but not impossible. It has very high evasion. Dexterity accessories and accessories or arts that directly improve accuracy are necessary for attackers. You can it will spread your team out and leave your attackers and healers open, so it can easily target them. Like, even if you have the aggro, it can, because it pushes them away, your attackers are doing a lot to annoy it, so it will pull from it. Make sure you use the follow leader ability, which when you're holding the left trigger in battle, you hit down and everyone will come up to you. So that's the second one. The third one is in the Cadencia region. It's in this cave system that I liken to the Spirit Crucible, because once you go down this path, interlinking becomes unavailable to you. And in this room, we've seen it on camera before, where one of the Legacy of the 7 items is, right there where those 2 dots are, okay, is the King's Superbosses. It's a duo set, so it's one Turkin and one lizard man. Lizard woman, I think? I don't know. Lizard thing. It's a set of 2 of them. They're level 102, but it's 2 of them, so... they can summon enemies that are level 100. And you should have strong AoEs prepared for that. They can inflict target lock. Target lock is what makes it where you cannot target. It forces the affected ally to target a specific enemy or boss, so it's basically like forcing the tank so to take out the little ones. It's annoying. And as I said, interlinking and Ouroboros orders are disabled throughout the fight, so your best bet is to do huge amounts of damage in getting high damage multipliers in chain attacks. Okay, that's gonna be your best bet. So be careful with that and keep that in mind. Okay. The next one is in the Pentalus region in the Makitha Wildwood, okay? And it's... Actually, we met it on camera. It's in this room. It's the dragon that we had a run around on. The Dreadworm Nizunt. I don't know how to say it. It's pretty challenging. It's 105 on its level, okay? It can apply the invincible buff to itself that can persist even during chain attacks. And, you know, invincible means no damage. Wait for the shield icon below its HP bar to disappear before using any powerful attacks. So, resist the urge to do any Ouroboros linking. I would recommend turning off Ouroboros or your party, or having direct control over their Ouroboros forms. To make sure that no one does anything stupid before that, right? So that's where this one is. Then we're going back to Cadencia region, alright? So, I haven't been to this area on the map, alright? But somewhere over here, past the Searing Strand, okay, is a small little section called the Aegis Sea. Of course it is. The Aegis Sea. Anyway, the best place to get to it is from the Hargan Point camp. Where is that? Okay, over here. So here's Hargan Point Camp for the Triton mission. The Triton Hero quest. It's over here then. Okay. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah. Okay. It's recommended to quick save as soon as you get into the area where the boss is, as soon as you see it, because this is the closest landmark to it. Even this one isn't that close. And it's a long swim. You can't bring the bravery or the boundary, but if you still have the boundary, oh my god, get further in the story, please. But the bravery, even it can't slip in there as far as I'm aware. It has a ton of powerful AoE attacks because you're fighting in the water. And yeah, just keep that in mind. It is level 110. Alright? And then once you beat all of those I've just named to you, okay? The discussion will open up, and you can continue it. And it will lead you to the final super boss of the game. Here at Swordmark, okay? Can I change the floors? Or just new? Okay, no, there's something over there, so I haven't seen it yet. But outside, about there, okay, is the final super boss after you do that discussion for Aionios Strongest, okay? And it's called the Seraphic Seratina. It's a level 120, being the strongest, highest level of the entire game. So you remember, you're stuck at 99, so you need to prepare. And it is susceptible to combos like break, topple, launch, daze, smash, and burst. Okay. But its health pool is massive, and it has ultra attacks, like super powerful attacks that can inflict debuffs on hit. So it's recommended to finish the fight as fast as possible by stacking damage multipliers in chain attacks. So just keep that in mind. It is the hardest challenge in this game. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Okay, so those are the Superbosses. I can't show them all because obviously that one is locked behind a discussion. And even though I can see some of them, like we've seen some of them on camera, we've seen the ones in the Wildwood, we've seen the ones in the caves over here in the interlinking area during Eastard's mission. We saw the bird after we went down from the upper region. We didn't see the easiest one, but we know where it is. Apparently I walked past it. So yeah, keep that in mind, okay? Next, we have some post-game content. We're 20 minutes into this video, I understand. Post-game content. We have 2 more heroes to unlock. During the final battle, wrong one, we saw that Melia and Nia joined the fight. Well, you can get them. So that's what we're going to be doing for the rest of the video here, okay? We're going to be doing their hero quests to get them. We're going to rank them up as far as we can. I have 33 coins, so I should be able to get someone instantly up and then only have to grind for a little bit. And I'll teach you a new method for grinding really fast with CP, okay? But that's all it does. It's really fast grinding for CP. And then we'll be done. Eno isn't out yet at the current time of me recording this. But I do want to quickly shout out the website I used for the Superbosses, like the locations and the names and the levels. Because I read some of those verbatim and I don't want to plagiarize without giving some credit here. Game8.co, you guys with your Superboss guide, it was really, it helps me point you in the right direction. Just remember to keep the Superbosses in mind. You want to be at level 99 before you challenge them. Level 95 maybe for the first one, but 99 for everyone else. Okay, and have everything you need. I think that's everything. Oh, yeah, there's one more thing I should mention about New Game Plus. So you see how Noah has 3 items right now for the Legacy of the 7? When you play New Game Plus, all 7 rings are back, so you can get a second set. So, one set that would be on Noah can be put on Senna. One set that I put on... That also applies to the Legendary Biter, by the way. One set I put on Mio can go on Lance. One set I put on Uni can go on Tyon, so, everyone gets the bonuses. And heroes can get them too. But just keep in mind, it's one set of 7 per playthrough. So you need to do not only get to Chapter 5 to get to Cadencia to get some of them, you need to get to Chapter 7, go through to get to Origin to unlock the World's Change, and then, to get the last ring that's in the place that I mentioned was like Xenoblade 2. Like the Spirit Crucible's inner chamber. So just keep that in mind if you want more Legacy of the 7 items, New Game Plus, and you can keep doing it, by the way. If you really, really, really want to, you can keep playing New Game Plus over and over and over and over, and every hero will get the rings. But That's a lot of a lot of playtime. Oh, and the final boss. One last thing before we go into the Melia and Nia sections of this video, okay? You saw during the final bosses when the Kavesi and the Agnian crew got split and we were fighting X and Y. Melia summoned the heroes for us, and I had certain heroes show up, and Ethel was missing, and Alexandria was missing, and Sagiri was missing. It's randomized. Number one, the hero you have equipped will not show up. Okay, one of the teams, either the Kavesi crew or the Agnian crew, most likely the Agnian crew, will have the hero in their party, okay, that you have selected. And they won't be summoned, okay? But it is also randomized for everyone else. Only a certain number of heroes will show up. So that's another thing to keep in mind. You can keep playing the final boss over and see each one, and they'll all have their own unique saying for when they join the fray. The only characters that will not be summonable in those two phases is Melia and Nia. I don't know what happens if you have Melia or Nia as a hero during the final section. I don't know if that counts. Maybe you get a double copy of Melia or a double copy of Nia. You only get one double copy because only one hero could be applied to your team. But just keep that in mind. It's randomized, so you will always see something different during the X and Y portions. Okay? So pick the person you really, really want as your hero to go with you. Okay? They will stick through the entire battle with you. Alright? So, that's all said and done. It's time for me to get on to the new heroes. Melia and Nia. I don't know their class names. I'm going to assume Nia is Life Sage because Life Sage is what was her weapon in Xenoblade 2, but I don't know what Melia's would be. She was a summoner in Xenoblade 1, so I'm gonna say Royal Summoner because that's the simplest I can think of. But yeah. So we're going to start with Melia, because she's right here, Castle versus floor, and then Nia is over in the Cloud Keep, okay? I will put time, there are timestamps in the description for when's what and what's what, okay? So just keep that in mind. Sorry, it's 27 minutes into this video already, but the rest of the segment will be about the new queens, okay? So, we're heading to the main castle gate at Kevis Castle.
Excuse me. That voice.
Wait. I know who you are.
Your Majesty!
Did it fail?
I understand how you feel, but you must think of your own well-being. Please, have patience. I beg you.
Surely I have been patient enough. Stuck there in Origin. It's enough to send one insane. Can we help you?
Her Majesty is insisting that she explore the outside world undercover.
I wanted to see for myself what the beings of this world thought, what they needed. Until now, all I could do was perceive data, but no longer.
I know, yes, but if you simply gave us the order, we could perform all the legwork for you.
There are things you can't understand unless you experience them for yourself.
Then at least allow us to accompany you.
If I go with you, won't that draw attention?
How about if we went with you? We're quite well traveled around Aionios now. There are plenty of places we could show you around, I'm sure.
And of course, we share a common goal. There are people out there living in the harshest conditions, yet still they struggle on. We want to help them all too, just like you.
You want to help?
More people makes for more Marys. Would be mega Marys with more Melia.
Manana, you must refer to Her Highness in the proper manner.
Manana speaking proper. Oh, that right. Many sorries, Melly.
Melly? Please, Your Highness, forgive our insolence.
Oh, Tyon did a boo-boo.
I didn't.
It's been a long time since anyone called me that. Then I have a proposal. They will be my only guards.
Your Majesty, why must you do this? What necessitates it? We have only just returned. You are the hope of all Kevers. Should the unthinkable happen, then...
You're such a fusspot, Isel. But I want you to understand. The future is not shouldered by me alone. It is something that is created by each and every person in the world. I never wanted to sit there in my ivory tower and gaze down from on high. That's not the kind of ruler I am.
I apologize. I spoke out of turn.
I'm not criticizing you. You are what I wanted. You are my hope. I have a request, or rather, something to discuss. Could I ask you to take a fellow traveler under your wing? Her name is Melia.
If that's truly what you wish for.
I don't see why not. Glad to have you with us, Melia.
Talking to the Queen on equal footing. That's crazy, mate.
Yeah, I'm gonna feel so awkward.
No need for stress. Just act natural.
Oh, stomach of Manana getting rumbly.
Maybe some stress for Manana.
What's wrong?
Our wings. You're high. Sorry. I still can't believe you have them too, Melia. Makes me feel special. Like we're the same.
Right. We are the same.
Your Majesty, I urge you, please take care.
I'll be relying on you in my absence, Isel. I'm sorry to saddle you all with me, everyone. But I'm looking forward to it too. A new adventure.
Okay,
How
yes, I
strange
was
it
right.
feels.
Royal Summoner Melia. And Noah has the class. Melia's class is an attacker, the Royal Summoner. Commands 3 different elements. Use their talent art after summoning. Elemental attacks are great damage. Just like her skills in Xenoblade 1.
Good to add more names.
Okay. Melia's in the party. Alright. Characters, class. Okay, everyone has to unlock it. We will get there in a moment. I will teach you how to do the trick momentarily, okay? And she doesn't have any accessories, which is very weird. Usually they at least equip them with something. There's one thing I really want to show. Oh, special hero BGM? What? Certain heroes included in the party will use with the usual battle music replaced by special tracks. Oh shit. Okay.
I see some relations have changed.
Okay, there's something I want to show with Melia now in the party, but I need to do something really fast. So I'll be right back. There'll be like 2 minutes of dead air, so give me 1 second. Okay. Sorry about that. It was like, what, 30 seconds? So what we're gonna do, okay? I want to see if she says anything to the mural first.
What a joy it is to be experiencing these sights firsthand again.
We'll happily take you wherever you want. Just say the word.
Okay. So, we're gonna go up to... No, right, I think there's a thing in the way. So we're gonna take the long way. We're gonna go up to the throne room. Alright?
It should be operable now.
Everyone got stuck.
Now, we wait.
Okay. Alright, Lance,
Now,
bye.
we wait.
There you are. Okay. So now that we have entered the throne room, did they clean the clutter? They did, so I could have teleported up here. Well, it was worth it to make sure. We're gonna go by her throne. And you can see in the map, there's these spaces behind it. You can actually step over here. And head back here. Now that Melia is with us.
This is our first time here, isn't it?
It's a new landmark too. There's an elevator over here.
Now, we wait.
Now, I don't know where this leads, okay? But someone told me check once Melia's with you to go back here. So, there's something over there, but what's this? Oh, it's one of those doors. Let's make sure I go right when I leave. Alright, Melia, you look so pretty. It's kind of like a mix of her future connected in her Xenoblade 1 outfit.
Now, no nosying around. You aren't to open those. They're highly confidential.
There you go. The Monado EX is behind that thing. But we're in Melia's room. Some people apparently found a way to get here with going outside. Yeah, right here. Apparently someone found a way to get up all the way up there and fall down, run over here, and run onto this balcony. And the door is open. Can I do anything? Can I hit A on this? No? But there's art of the Alchemoth and how it used to be. In her bed. There is a thing here, though. Mia? Mia? You broken?
I'll do my best.
Yep, they're
I'll
broken.
take point.
Yeah, Mia's broken. Now let's see the other one.
Now, we wait.
That door, I believe, is why you need Melia.
Well, this just made my day.
This is something decent, right?
So now we're at the top of Keva's castle. I like how there's still a garden for Melia.
Wonder what's inside.
Alright, so now what I'm gonna do is teach you guys the trick that I have, alright? So, first things first, we're gonna equip Melia with some accessories. Let's see if I have any. So we're gonna go by name. Do I have? I have an idea of what I want to give her. Yeah, gold necklace. Whoops, did I go too far? I went too far. Okay, and wind bracelet and silver belt. There we go. See your arts. Summon element, elemental discharge, shadow snitch, elemental genesis. She has starlight kick.
Now, starlight kick. Ouch!
She applies topple and is a drop kick. I know. So she's got shadow snitch, but it does bind from the behind. This summons one of her bolts. I think this does one of her bolts.
Power effect. Now, starlight kick. Ouch!
She's saying ouch because she's hitting the ground. Boost damage by discharging all elements on art execution. Okay, that's what I want. So, I'm gonna go on Noah.
Leave the enemies to me.
Okay, and then I'm gonna go to skills. I'm gonna go to arts.
Starfall!
Gonna do the same thing there. Okay. Yeah, dexterity for this one. Okay, so we set that up. Alright, so now we're gonna go to map. We're gonna go to the Forest region. I'm trying to remember exactly where it is. It's over here, I think, yeah. Oh, wait, I need to do one other thing. One other thing. I need to go to Agnus Castle. Specifically Agnus Castle. Go here. Okay, we're gonna eat the...
We could do with some food.
The food. We're gonna see Melia eat too. It's because of the CP boost of 40%.
I'll start, shall I?
Ah, so good. Right then, should we get a move up?
Map. We're gonna go back here to Banal Cave Camp.
On.
Now, I could level everyone down to level 78 and fight a unique monster at level 78 that I know of. It's a pain in the ass to fight. But, or even go down one level. But,
Something so
I saw you can go here, and if I target this enemy and kill it.
But you're in our way.
I'm so ready for this. How keep up the
See how I got 3 CP for that on Noah?
That was spectacular.
And I was the MVP. You were all thinking.
Better make
Now-
sure we're well rested.
Level up. How far can we go? 91. 91. Level up all. But we're gonna go down on Noah. All the way to level 1. Okay?
I definitely feel stronger.
I definitely feel strong. I made you the weakest thing alive. Okay?
Right then, should we get a move
So,
on?
3 CP, now everyone's red because Noah's this. But if I could do this.
Leave it to me.
Okay? So,
This'll be a challenge.
target 1.
Don't lose focus.
I don't think we'll run into any
Summon the
issues.
bolt.
Oh, it stirs within me.
I leveled up and I got 106 CP. Instantly level 4. And I got a decent chunk into Royal Summoner's first rank. So we're gonna go to that enemy over there.
Ugh, it just spat something out.
Uh-oh. I think they just gave me the side eye.
Right, slap.
Stirs within me. I'd say we were moving in sync.
formidable
right,
opponent.
Tile?
Come here! I got something for you!
Thanks! Power stirs within me.
We could hardly pass this one.
It's close to rank 2 already.
Keep your heads or lose them.
All set and ready to tumble. Maximum
Come
wide
here!
Things
I
are
got
getting
something
good.
for you!
Thanks! I'm getting the hang of this.
Rank 2.
Check out what it
I
bombed!
sense our foes are competent.
Come here! I got something for you!
Thanks! We're unstoppable
86
with you
CP.
around, Senna.
I'm the girl with the gall. Butterfly
I'm getting the hang of this.
serve.
That was spectacular.
And I was the MVP. You were all thinking it.
Whew. That was spectacular.
And I was the MVP. You were all thinking it.
Maximum wide
Strength. To protect my friends.
Rank 3. Now, it could be a little bit faster if I fought a unique monster and could do a chain attack, okay? But this is a quicker way to hit rank 10, you know? Like, they're not getting anything for this, just as a heads up. So, what I'll do is... I'll show my other method, the air quotes, faster method. I'm gonna have to do this with Nia as well, or at least to unlock it on everyone. So I need to where is where's the first camp? There it is. I'm gonna go down to level 78 on everyone, okay? That includes Melia, I think.
Let's make the most of our break, guys.
Went too far with him. 78. I think it matters for Melia, so.
I definitely feel stronger.
Well, now you are, Noah. Not as strong as you were. Okay. We
All right,
have the
let's get
cooking
going.
still active.
Time's wasted.
So what I do, nope, wrong button, is I go to this enemy again. Okay, because we're gonna have issues with these guys.
Hey, that's
Fight
not your
with
everyday
focus.
chump.
Stay on your toes.
Keep your attacks focused.
First serve.
Show us what you got,
Come
Senna.
here! I got something for you!
You're a lifesaver.
President Black!
Fly up and scream. Electric discharge.
Eyes here!
You're on fire, land.
Crash out. Back.
Oh, it's time to fight! The song is time to fight!
Fly blade. Fly up and scream.
It's from Xenoblade 1!
Oreo. Power flow free.
We can do better yet.
Summon element.
Here and now, summon element.
Right. Crazy strong now.
I'm more than strong enough to punch your lights out!
The heat is on.
Yeah. Just like it should.
Starfall!
Butterfly blade! Elemental discharge! This ain't the half of it.
Time to end this.
With strength unbridled!
There we go.
We're unstoppable with you around, Senna.
That's
I'm
pretty
the
cool.
girl with
Time
the
to fight.
doll.
Once Noah's rank 10 with it, I'll switch over to the sword
Good
fighter
thing we
again
found
because I
this.
want to see the Monado. But there's one enemy flying around you. Okay, you seem to have flown away already. So we're gonna fight
Ready
the
for this,
enemy
guys?
here.
Gotta be a
We would do
toughie,
well
huh?
to steel ourselves.
Wide slap!
Orion! Ether
Enemy's
attack!
broken away from me.
Butterfly eyes over here!
Guys,
You're a lifesaver.
thanks, get the aggro.
Elemental discharge! Butterfly blade! Eat it!
Uppercut!
Hey, this feels pretty good!
Show us what you got, Senna.
Eat it! Back! How's that? Butterfly blade! Orioles!
Here and now.
Elemental discharge.
My power
Things are
flows
building
free.
up.
We can do better yet.
Eat it!
Resonant flash.
Butterfly blade!
Try a little harder.
Nice fighting, man. I'm way out of your league.
Power. We can do this.
Let's do it, Tyon. Easy now, already. Not bad.
Here elemental discharge.
Before we grind you into dust.
You want some more? With strength unbridled.
Let's show them what we're made of.
Before we grind you into dust.
Strength. It's amazing.
Ow.
Mad Torch!
Butterfly blade. Summon element.
Summon element.
Wide slap. Typhoon field.
Crush out!
Butterfly
Here we
blade.
go.
Here we go,
Too
man.
late for crying now.
Whizzing right now.
Ha!
Vortex.
Heal Harmon.
Oh, good at this whole healing business. I'll hold them off.
Perfect timing.
Wind. Snap.
Stop.
Orioles. Crusher.
Power. We can do this.
I can feel it in my bones.
Let's pile on the pressure.
They shall learn a valuable lesson.
Power. We can do this. Are you ready, Uni? A fusion of a summon element.
The enemy seems angry. Butterfly blade. Move it.
I'm getting the hang
Show
of
me
this.
more. How's that?
Raven.
Wide slash. Summon element.
Ran! Freeze!
We don't push any longer. Heal
Knock
Harmon.
it off!
This should up the odds a little.
How precious is a friend?
Oreo. Summon element.
Butterfly blade.
That's it. Well within my
Are you okay?
This power. We can do this.
Man, I'm fit to burst. Wide slash.
Oreo.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry.
Unstoppable. Senna. Senna, wake up.
Elemental discharge. This ain't like you, Noah.
Always looking out for me, Uni.
I don't want to die.
Working on it.
Uppercut! Slap!
Can you stand, Uni?
Can't you be a bit more gentle?
Heal up, everyone.
Senna. Sorry for dragging you down.
Hey! I'm here!
You're on fire, man.
Done more.
You hurt Neo. Heal Harmon. Here it comes.
Oh, no.
Uni,
How's that?
can you stand, Uni?
Can't you be a bit more gentle? This ain't like you, Noah.
Always looking out for me, Uni. Ha!
Time to hit him back, Senna.
You're
Why stay
critical to this
asleep?
plan. Are you ready, Uni? Show no mercy.
Crush out!
We're not doing too
Cannot
good.
be the end.
I'll set this right.
Wide slap.
I gotta push through this!
You guys need to cancel your interlinks.
Spirit Raven!
White slap! White slap!
Tyon, Uni, cancel your interlink.
Spirit Raven!
Butterfly blade!
Fleeting Ball! You can try a little harder.
You're doing great out there, Lamb. This is you, Noah. I can fight on. Time for the full rally. Time to hit him back, Senna. Why was I asleep? Great. This ain't time for a nap.
Your voice has been
A
heard
lift
from
for you.
I'll keep up the pressure.
I'm good at this whole healing business.
Cheers for that. Resonant Flash!
Crazy strong now.
Let's use it to the max. Split up and attack. I'll handle it.
Definitely gonna use the Napon points
Alright.
on Nia.
I'll lead.
What is her rogue combo? Prevents order from completing if it reaches 100% from the hero's action, letting you select another character. Okay.
I shall second.
Heroic chain. Oh shit.
I was waiting for this.
Should get Noah or Melia back.
This isn't the end. This is the decider.
Overkill, so we should get something.
You're finished.
Ah! Don't mind me. I'm just here to end this. Leave it to us. Great. Everyone get ready. I'll start us off. Me next.
This'll end it.
This should be our highest one. Is 99.
Summon element.
Summon element.
286, 268.
I'm on your heels. Now for the finishing touch. Got you now. Sink your breathing.
Strike true. Upon this sword, I flank my strength. They didn't stand a chance.
You forget whom you're dealing with.
Okay. 6. Nearly unlocked on a lot of them. Like another round of that, and we'll be good.
Oh, a welcome find.
We already beat them once,
Let's go.
but no victory is certain. A formidable opponent. Come here! I got something for you! Thanks! Oreo!
First come, first serve.
Show us what you got, Senna! Uppercut! Slap!
It's so cool to hear time to fight though.
Try to heal their attack!
Elemental discharge.
Resonant Flash!
Heal.
Starfall!
Got you! My optic
Advanced
screen!
cooldown. A fusion
This feels pretty good!
is up!
Now we're in the swing of things.
With power. We can do this.
Man, I'm fit to burst! Overboard!
Feel that? Oh yeah!
The strength! It's amazing!
You might want to surrender. Time to win out the big gun. You ain't ready for this. Sudden impact.
Right slap! Elemental discharge! Butterfly blade!
Ray of punishment.
Screen! Strength unbridled!
Let's show them what we're made of.
I felt good before, but now I feel glorious!
Are you ready, Uni? Smash everything! We're excellence above you!
Butterfly blade! Summon element!
Archaic!
Can't really show me up, Noah. Elemental discharge!
Summon element!
How's that? Don't you look away from me!
Keep it up, Neo!
Out.
How's that?
There's spark in me yet. I can help you. Not to the workings of a tactical mind. Starfall! No escape!
Wide slap! How's that? Back! Wide slap! The power of Ouroboros!
I'm more than strong enough to punch your lights out! Uppercut! Slap!
Got you!
Elemental discharge!
Crash out!
I'm here!
I couldn't keep them in
You
check!
guys ready for this? Time to send them packing! Oriole!
Nothing to cry over.
I can help you. Looks like someone's angry.
Butterfly blade!
Efficient healing is also crucial. This power. We can do this.
Strong now! I can feel it in my bones!
Hey! I'm here! You're on fire, Lance!
How's that? Butterfly blade! Swing!
Oriole!
Things are building up!
Sometimes brute force is the answer.
Can't be happening!
Working on it. Here and now!
Maximum power, maximum pain!
Send the mothers packing! Are you ready,
Here we
Uni?
go, Lance!
Show no mercy!
Losing right now!
Spirit
Keep up the pressure! Summon element!
Starfall!
Butterfly blade!
Run! Freeze!
How's that? Elemental discharge! Butterfly blade!
Takes a while for this to charge up, though.
Couldn't keep them in check!
I need you, Mio! We're unstoppable! Split up and attack!
Should be a higher combo.
Put out all the stops! All right!
Break.
I get first dibs!
You resisted it.
Me next! The party never ends!
This'll end it!
Elemental discharge!
Summon element! This isn't the end! This is the decider! You're finished!
Ah! Don't mind me, I'm just here to end it! Leave it to us! Great! Everyone get ready!
Okay.
I'll lead!
Me next!
Now an applied break.
I'm on your heels. Now to finish your turn. Got you now. Sink your breathing.
Strike true! Upon this sword, I flex my strength! This is the power with which we fight. Finally!
Class acquired on 3 of them.
They got to stretch my traps.
Okay. Oh, wait, I gotta pick up the items.
Oh, a welcome find.
Thank you, Melia. Heroes, not characters. Rank 7 on Noah. We need him 10. So we have one more, a little bit more on Mio. How much? It'd be all 33 coins. Okay. Tyon's very close. I would definitely give it to her though, just because Hyantia. But one more round and we should have it unlocked on everyone.
Ready for this, guys?
You're gonna be seeing this thing again, by the way, for Nia.
A formidable opponent.
Come here! I got something for you!
Thanks!
Eyes over here.
Keep it up, Neo!
Wide slash.
Uppercut! Slap!
Giant
Heel
swing.
Harmon! This should up the odds a little. You're a lifesaver.
Eat it.
A fusion of our strength! Resonant flash! Eyes here! You're on fire, Lance!
Got you. My Archaic blade.
Elemental discharge! I know! Feeling good! Oreo!
Wide slash.
There's
This
spark in
ain't
me
the
yet!
half of it.
Sometimes brute force is the answer.
Feel that? Oh, yeah!
Let's go!
It's amazing.
Are you ready, Uni? Show no mercy!
Snap it! Enemy's broken away from me!
Here we go, Lance.
Come here! I got
I'm
something
pulling
for
out
you!
all the stops.
Run! Break!
Elemental discharge. With strength unrivaled.
Let's show them what we're made of! I need you, Mio!
Break! Run! Break!
Bounding end! Up to the workings of a tactical mind.
It should do it.
Apple.
Temper, temper.
Summon element.
I'm going in!
We're overheating.
Phantom Slam!
Giant swing.
Heel Harmon!
Elemental discharge.
Snap it! Enemy's broken away from me! Feel that? Oh, yeah!
No, you
Someone
can't.
topple him.
Let's pile on the pressure!
Ready whenever. Back.
Efficient healing is also crucial.
Like this!
Go
On it. Time to win out the big guns! You ain't ready for this!
Summon element.
Back.
Rayon!
How's that?
I'll keep on
Things are
pelting them.
building up.
Sometimes brute force is the answer.
How's that?
Heal. I'm good at this whole healing business.
Time to get cracking!
We'll finish it here.
Okay. Regular chain attack now.
Check out what I've got in mind. Alright, coming right up!
I'll lead.
Wow, we have 1 HP. Okay.
Minax.
I was waiting for this!
Okay, this should do overkill.
We can go all night! Don't think you're in the clear!
I've got an idea. All right.
Okay.
I'm with you.
Here's the finisher.
Let's bring it home. You're finished.
I just thought of a great idea. Great. Everyone get ready. I get first dibs.
Break.
I shall second.
Topple.
How about this?
You want to tussle? Oh, we can tussle.
200 on the dot. Wow.
Oh, we're not done yet. I'm hot on your heels. Leave it to us. Great. Everyone get ready.
That's 99.
I'll start us off.
I just realized I don't have a burst. Do I?
Me next.
This'll end it.
Elemental discharge.
Elemental discharge.
I'm hot on your heels. Now for the finishing touch. Got you now. Sink your breathing.
Strike true. Upon this sword, I flex my strength.
They didn't stand a chance.
Ha!
Got you.
Oh,
Black
hi,
eyes
you came
over
back.
here.
You're a lifesaver.
No
Summon
way we can
element.
lose.
Let's flatten these
Strip us
things. Do it, Tyon. Break.
I'm gonna surrender before we grind you into dust.
Strength. It's amazing.
Elemental discharge.
Knock it off.
I couldn't keep them in check.
Ha! Nothing a bit of teamwork couldn't handle.
Whatever happened to not being careless?
This is something decent, right?
Rank 9. Okay. Neo got it. And Tyon got it. Everyone has it unlocked. Wonderful. How far are we? You know what? 5 coins. It's gonna mean some grinding with Nia, but we're now rank 10. So now we have that. So we're gonna go back to what I know.
Leave the enemies to me.
Fortified Ether Guard. Okay, clothing. Royal Summoner on Noah. Neat. Right. Switching back to. Let's keep him there. So now that we have rank 10 on Melia, how do I ascend her? Now we gotta go to... There should be places I should be able to go to with Melia. Alright, so we gotta go to map. I can now actually level back up. I need to go here, right?
I guess we know Aionios like the back of our hand now.
Yes.
Like the back of our hand now.
So we go to the throne room with Melia attached after Noah hits rank 10 in the class. I apologize for a lot of the grinding on camera, by the way, but this is the only time I'm really doing it for Melia and Nia because this is the bonus episode. But now that I know that this path is open...
You're having a laugh. You think this is going to make it all better, do you? Well, I will bear full responsibility. Otherwise, well, there is no otherwise.
What are you two bickering about?
Your Majesty, what a welcome sight to see you return.
Has a problem arisen in my absence?
Ah, no, just a trifling matter, really. Actually, we do have a bit of a problem on our hands, Your Majesty. Hey, mind your... We have to report the facts as they are. How much longer are you going to leave this hanging, eh?
What's the problem?
Couple of days ago, we had a small run-in with our Agnian opposites. Isel took care of them, but things got out of hand a little bit. Out of hand, nothing. They insulted Her Majesty's honor. I'm spitting feathers.
But we'd no reason to fight. You were the one who earned their ire.
Did they come to any harm? You hurt them?
I only intended to scare them, but then they resisted.
So you sought to defeat them?
No! Nothing of the sort! They had no flame clocks, so I would never...
The presence of a flame clock is not what instigates a battle. The glimmerings of war are always there, within us. I imagine discovering that fact must have come as quite a shock to you.
Circumstances aside, if you've incited their wrath, then I assume we haven't heard the end of this.
As you say, they have since begun to rally together in opposition.
I am ashamed. Truly ashamed. Now that this has come to a head, I cannot but take full responsibility. I will thwart their objective, even if it should cost me my life.
You shall not. Do not speak of throwing your life away so lightly. I've already lost so many of my friends. I could not bear to lose another.
Your Majesty.
I told you, did I not? You are my hope. I will speak to the Agnian Chief Retainer personally about the matter. In the meantime, cool your head. Any more unfinished business that I should know about?
Couple of house calls to make, Your Majesty. They want you at Colony 9 and the city.
Colony 9? So Xeon, then?
Indeed. They've asked for some urgent backup following the recent Origin attack.
And the other request is from Monica. Wants you to give her people a pep talk.
The descendants of Ouroboros. I've caused such grief for them. And for an unfathomably long time.
But now they get to speak to their real queen. I'm sure they'll be overjoyed.
Yes, perhaps. Speaking face to face with another. There's nothing quite like it.
Melia?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I'm going to be taking up some more of your time.
Now you can cut that out. Agnus or Kevus, soldier or queen. What difference does it make?
The future is to be created by each and every person in the world. I think you were the one who taught us that.
True enough. Your unyielding spirit gives me the strength to go on.
And Shulk taught her that.
Sometimes when Melia smiles, I see sadness in her eyes, as if she's all alone in the world.
Well, better start making the rounds. We've got to stop by Colony 9, the city, and...
Agnus Castle, right?
Safe journey to you all.
Okay, we got 3 quests with Melia. Right now, we're gonna go to Colony 9 to start.
Over there? You really love Colony 9, don't you, Uni? I can tell from the way your wings perk up.
Really? That's slightly uncomfortable.
Over there?
Okay, 1 sec.
Something smells exquisite.
Let's make the most of our break, guys.
Oh, 92. It's fine.
I definitely feel stronger.
So weird to see the Monado in Noah's hands, but I'm not against it.
Where to from here?
Over there.
That'll leave a bruise. Be more gentle, Commander.
Don't expect miracles. I'm trying my best to heal you here.
Here, let me.
Thank you, miss. That would be great. What? You're...
That should suffice. Can you walk?
Yeah, I think so.
Queen Melia, to what do we owe the honor?
What good is a ruler if they cannot send aid to their people in times of need? I'm sorry to have kept you waiting, Xeon. Please, let me have your report.
Hey, look! Isn't that the Queen?
What? Like the real deal?
Right, back to my post. Excuse me. Origin's attack unfortunately caused a landslide near Alfeto Valley entrance. We've been treating the wounded, and also dispatched a survey team to scan the area. The thing is, we've lost contact with the survey team. The line just went dead.
There was a really loud sound earlier on. Could be more rocks.
I see. Then we'll take it from here. Uni, how are you doing over there?
I've healed up the worst of them. Now they just need a little R&R.
Oh, really? I've got to lie down?
Come on. If you've got the energy to flap your trap already, you'll be back on your feet in no time.
I see I had no cause to worry.
How many were on the survey team?
3. One was piloting the Levnis. Okay. I've sent the landslide's location to your iris. You can confirm it for yourself.
Got it.
If you happen to see an Anita from the survey team, could you, tell her to give back what she owes? Because I'll be waiting here until she does.
I'll be sure to deliver the message. I'm so sorry to have let this come to pass, everyone. This ordeal will be over ere long.
You watch yourself too, Your Majesty. Don't want to see you get hurt neither.
I hope you find our friends. Good to add more names.
Something smells exquisite.
I see some relations have changed.
Xeon's got to think bigger. There's a whole world out there.
It may be their similarities that make them prone to these altercations. I imagine behind Lance and Xeon's comic facade, there lies a good friendship.
I think so too. Good luck getting them to admit that.
Tilling is certainly one way to enrich the bad soil. What a radically different approach the colony is taking.
Hey, look at that! A survey branch Levnis.
Quickly! We must rescue them at once.
Hello? Who's... there?
It's all right. We're here to help. Stay still. I'll get that heavy thing off you right this instant.
Right, that's her injuries about treated.
You're a survivor by nature. Good fortune that we made it in time.
Oh, I can't thank you enough. I thought I was a goner.
Say, you wouldn't happen to be Anita by any chance?
Yeah, I'm Anita.
Oh, that's great news. There was a guy in the rescue tent who was really worried about you. He said he wanted you to pay him back or something? I suspect that was merely an excuse. He seemed really rather worried. Very insistent that you make it back.
Ah, it's got to be Kurt. We've been in the same unit since first term. He can be a little faint-hearted at times. I'd better go and try to calm him down.
Ah, so you've been joined at the hip since childhood?
Joined at the... sorry?
I mean that you were inseparable. You've had a special connection throughout your lives. You understand each other's feelings and you lift each other up in times of need, is what I'm trying to say. Your friends are irreplaceable. Be sure to treasure them.
Yes, Mom. Thank you. Thank you.
Does she have someone in mind herself? There's someone out there special to her. But then, she was imprisoned in Origin for so long. So maybe they're already... I see some relations have changed. Ah!
His foot's trapped. We'll need to move the rubble very carefully.
Using arts would be far too dangerous. In which case...
Someone call for heavy lifters?
Yeah. We'll clear this out in no time. You're in safe hands now.
Yes. Thank you.
Hang in there just a little longer. We don't want to overlook anything.
Hold on. It's going to be okay. There was a second landslide. Don't mind me. Look for the others.
We're well aware, but firstly...
Feels warm.
Do not move from this spot. We're going to check the immediate area.
Yes. Of course.
Right. I think that's the lot of them accounted for.
I wouldn't relax just yet. The landslides have formed a sharp incline, in turn increasing the risk of loose rocks. I hardly need to state this, but the possibility of further landslides remains high.
Getting caught in another landslide would be undesirable. We must make some distance, and quickly. Back to Colony 9.
Oi, oi! Things are looking patchy.
Something smells exquisite.
The Queen has returned! Welcome back! We're glad to see you safe, Your Majesty!
We were at the site of the landslide, but the situation remains precarious. It is vital that we remove the remaining rocks upon the slope in the coming days. You shall have the castle's aid, of course. But your own assistance in this matter would also be most appreciated.
Oh, we'd be glad to help. Never want to have to go through this again.
But if we hadn't, we'd never have got to meet Queen Melia. I don't regret it, because I learned today that we weren't forsaken.
Forsaken?
The only time we normally ever get to meet Your Majesty is at the homecoming. We've been through so many bitter times, but we've never known you to help us. Not so directly.
You make a valid point. From this moment on, I will endeavor to the best of my ability to allay your fears.
You're too kind, Your Majesty.
Then, in the interest of allaying fears, there may be another matter I would like to discuss with you.
Oh, yes? Speak up, then.
I would like, from this moment on, to let the colony elect their commander, of their own volition. And I don't mean just for appointing a successor after death, or for the purposes of reform. If they make their voices known, then I think I would gladly relinquish my position as commander this second.
What?
What brought this on?
Then, you wish to formally step down?
Well, I was always the consul's favorite plaything. I was a mere pawn, dancing to his whims, enacting his orders. But in coming to terms with our new life, I began to realize the qualities needed in a commander are very different nowadays.
Please don't belittle yourself, Xeon. You've worked so hard to get where you are.
Believe me, I've thought about this long and hard. About who really fits the role of a commander. It must be someone we all look up to. Someone with whom we can share our path.
Xeon.
While I do not object to your logic, Xeon, I hope you realize that our role is in essence naught but a figurehead. What that figurehead represents, however, is something only you can decide.
It's down to me.
A person is not shaped solely by their birthright or innate qualities. As long as you remain critical of who you are, whether you deserve the position or not has little relevance.
This crisis of conscience, you once experienced it as well, Your Majesty.
Of course. Everyone has their battles with self-doubt. How else does one grow as a person? If you remain true to yourself, then you have nothing to fear. In this rich tapestry of life, you must find the path that you are willing to weave.
I will give it more thought then.
Very good. I look forward to hearing your answer.
Melia must have had her share of hardship to talk about these things in such depth. If she's ever stuck in a rut, I wonder if we'll be able to console her in the same way. Would she even want that?
Penny for your thoughts, Noah?
No, it's nothing. We should get going. We've got some traveling ahead of us.
Interesting. So Noah's getting the idea about what she is. Okay, we can't do the cleaning here, but
we should probably eat something.
Quests. We're gonna do this one next, so we're gonna go to Agnus Castle. We should probably clean our clothes, though. I could have sworn the logo was there. I know you can do them here.
We could do with some food.
There we go. Nice and clean.
Queen going to be a queen. You want to be clean.
All right, everyone. Time to head out.
Hour and 44 minutes. Yeah, this is going to be a long video.
A diplomatic mission, is it? Surely we can find a peaceful resolution. Nia, this is a surprise.
Don't worry, I know the whole story. Oh, bloody hell! I see you are in good company.
They're kindly serving as my bodyguard. They're assisting me with a number of other matters, too.
The assistance goes both ways, actually.
We all one big, happy family!
Yes, that's right. Family.
Indubitably. I have a rough grasp of our present predicament. You've come to hear their side of the story, have you not?
You make it sound as if these are no ordinary Agnians.
With Queen Melia's assistance, we have been closely monitoring them on both sides. I'll get to the point. These people belong neither to Keves nor Agnus.
To be precise, they were formerly Agnian soldiers, but now they claim to have lost their faith even in Agnus. This intense distrust of the future has driven them to wanton destruction.
So they stopped believing in anything, and now they just want to ruin things for everyone. That's awful.
The Keves and Agnus of today are founded upon mutual trust and respect. At least that is the mood we try to foster. But the reality is that not all of us can readily accept these changes.
The recent outburst was just an act of passion. But if like-minded people were to congregate...
They may gain enough momentum to pose a legitimate threat, is that it? So they're the ones who have incited the latest uproar, I take it.
We might have to prepare for the worst-case scenario.
Minanabite, what make worst case so bad? He means there could be an attack on the Queen's life. That worse than worst case?
That's one of the reasons. But we simply can't afford to leave this be. I don't believe they truly want to oppose us. Rather, they feel they are at an impasse. One cannot so easily change their way of life or how they view the world.
Perhaps I ought to assert my authority as queen after all, and...
No. If you lock horns with them now, it's very possible they will shut you out completely. I would rather have you prepare to welcome them in with open arms.
That's incredibly kind of you.
So, where do we find these troublemakers?
It seems they're lying low at Hovering Reef 6.
Seriously? That's right next to the castle.
Presumably they approached under the guise of their fellow Agnian soldiers. The castle isn't on particularly high alert, so it makes sense that they wouldn't arouse too much suspicion.
Yes, as sad as it is. I hear they're pooling their forces. You'd best be on your guard.
Fear not. I am no stranger to battle. And besides, look at my entourage.
You shouldn't have to get used to this. Experience can make a person stronger, it's true, but it can't take away one's pain. That goes for queens too, you know.
The mood's turned dark all of a sudden.
I'm aware of that. Thank you, Nia.
Take care, you guys.
I see some relations have changed. I guess we know Aionios like the back of our hand now.
Okay.
Something so valuable here.
Time to take the fast way! Huh? Is that...
Don't do anything stupid, Melia.
Nor should you, Lance.
I mean, Lance is the more likely one to do something stupid, let's be honest.
Agnian Autolevs. They've hauled those things out here. Can't catch a break, can we?
As Lady Nia informed us, we should expect them to be hiding in an ambush somewhere on this island. I must remind you that we are only here to negotiate. If possible, I would like to avoid combat.
Sure, but what if they're the ones to come at us first?
Then suppress them at once. We could even disable their levnesses, so that they have nothing with which to fight back.
Hey, I've been meaning to ask for a while now. You really know how to handle yourself in a scrap, don't you?
Yes. I'm no stranger to the field of battle. Nor is this the first attempt on my life.
What? Even though you're the queen?
Precisely because I am the queen. Is it really so strange for nobles to be acquainted with violence? There was even an assassin within my family once.
I'm sorry. I hope we didn't bring back painful memories for you.
Please, it's perfectly fine. Many are the things that have shaped me into who I am today. Learning to accept my weaknesses, understanding each other's differences, opening one's heart to others.
You must have been in some real good company to learn all that.
Perhaps, yes. Back when I was young and naive, my companions taught me some invaluable lessons.
And you took those lessons to heart. That's how you came to be such a magnificent queen.
Though times may change, their teachings will never fade. Which is why I still believe. I believe that our last breaths should not be those of despair.
Look over there. Anybody else feeling curious?
She even has her run cycle from one. That's pretty cool. And future connected as well, but you know, one.
Hello? Nobody at home?
Don't move!
Melia.
I'll handle this. My name is Melia Antiqua. I wish only to speak with you.
Speak with us? Rip us to shreds, more like, Queen of Keves?
You are the ringleader, are you? State your name.
And why should I tell you? The world I once knew is gone. They told us defeating Keves was the only way for us to be saved. It was the right thing to do, the just thing to do, and I believed it. Do you realize how many of my friends died in pursuit of that dream? You think I can just tell them, yeah, sorry guys, you died for nothing?
He's lost his cool. Maybe we should step in and deal with him. But Melia told us she'd handle this.
You ruined it! You joined forces with the Agnian Queen, and you drilled these notions into our heads! You take away our friends, then sully our reasons to live. My friends died that day, but you've killed them all over again.
And that's why you've decided to destroy everything.
That's right. We don't need a shitty world like this anyway.
Is that all?
I told you to stay where you are.
Melia!
Hey! What are you trying to pull?
I could ask you the same thing. Why do you hesitate? You could attack me right now.
Shut up!
You have no desire to destroy anything. You are simply trying to get by in a world where nothing makes sense anymore. And that's why I'm here.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Eyes over here!
I got something for you. You're a lifesaver.
Wide slash! You couldn't keep them in check. Eyes over here!
How precious is a friend?
Have
So that's how it is. That's how you look down at us.
Sorry?
I know all about you. You queens live longer than any of us could ever dream. You aren't like us, are you? That's how you can just sit on your thrones, toying with our lives like...
She is like us. If you hurt her, she feels pain. She bleeds all the same.
Mio.
That's why she came all this way to hear your story. She wants to know more about you. She wants to share her time with you.
What? Yeah, right. Our lives are like the blink of an eye to her ilk.
Just because she lives longer, it doesn't mean she's any different from you. We're all here, aren't we? We're all alive.
That's enough, Mio. I see now how you feel about all this.
Mate, have you been making that speech to the Kavesi officers too? Telling everyone that Melia is different to everyone else?
You bet I did. She's so far up herself it makes me sick.
If anyone's warped, distorted here, it's you.
Then what am I supposed to do? Who else am I supposed to take my rage out on? Tell me the truth, right now. The pure, unadulterated truth.
That I cannot tell you. The answer lies in you, and you alone. You must have realized by now. There is no weight to the truth of another, if you cannot judge it for yourself. If you must have an object of hatred in order to live your life, then let it be me. But promise me that someday you'll live for the things that truly have worth, just as you and your comrades in arms once did.
It's already too late. I can't go back. Not after what I've done.
I highly doubt that. You are still breathing, are you not?
Are you all right?
I told you. I am no stranger to battle. Besides, I could not tolerate simply watching from the sidelines.
Melia.
Their sadness, frustration, anger. I shall never forget these feelings. Come. Let us proceed to the next location.
Okay, one more left, and then we go to Nia, I think. Characters. Nope, nope, nope. Heroes. Nope. Map. City. Into the war room.
Your Majesty.
Sorry to bother you. I'm sure you're rushed enough as it is. I'm here to discuss the speech you mentioned. Did I come at a bad time?
No, not at all. We've been stretching our necks every day, waiting to see if you'd turn up.
I too have been anxious to meet you. I'm sorry to have been a source of anguish for you this long.
It's all been for today. I don't consider any of it a waste. Now, on to the matter at hand. Rallying the troops. With the final battle with Mobius looming before us, we're doing our best to prepare. But we need more than just supplies. A battle to determine the fate of the world is hardly a light topic. Everyone's beside themselves with worry. Some poor souls have completely snapped. We're never gonna last in actual combat at this rate.
I don't blame them. No matter how noble our cause, the fighting will cost us lives. We're caught between the future we desire and the present, which is ours to lose. It's a place beset on all sides by fear.
You got that right. Especially when there's no guarantee you're going to be coming home.
Even a brief address would do, just as long as you speak to them somehow.
I understand. I don't know if I'll be able to get through to them, but I will try.
We'll be your guides while in the city. Make sure you don't lose your bearings.
That would be most appreciated. While we're here, would it bother you if I took a look around the city itself?
Please, be my guest. I think we'd all like that.
Maybe we could take her to Centrillo Parade. There's plenty of people around there.
No objections from me, but there are some rather, shall we say, ardent followers of the Queen up that way. If they get too insistent, you might need to give them a friendly nudge.
Oh yeah? All right, we'll keep a lookout.
Now this is a far cry from the colonies and the castles. Here is a place where people can truly live, make a home.
I couldn't believe my eyes when I first saw this place. All these different people I'd never seen before. Things of all shapes and sizes.
I wish I had been there to see your reaction. A shame.
See my mouth hanging open like a lummox. Not worth it.
You seem to take it all in your stride. None of this surprises you.
It's more that I'm assailed by old memories. Technologies of old are put into practice here. I feel the industry of those times.
Huh? Is that really you? Queen Melia?
Yes. I do go by that name.
I knew it! I knew it from the moment I laid eyes on you. You were something special.
Finally caught up.
Hey, old man, you're going to give yourself a heart attack.
Well, thanks for your concern, but I'll decide when and how I'm going to pop my clogs. I've lived my whole life for this day. Heck, you all have, haven't you?
Of course we have.
You've returned to us at last, my queen. You really are as radiant as they say.
Hey, fancy a bite? You should come by my restaurant. Sample a few of the local dishes.
Nobody wants to see your seedy little bistro. She wants something memorable.
Oh, say that again, I dare you. If you hate my establishment so much, I'll be more than happy to bar you from it permanently.
All right, people. Don't shove. And stop arguing. We don't want to scare the Queen now.
Oh! My days! Crazy!
Come on now, this is getting excessive.
Oh, leave him. Everyone's been living for this moment.
It's always been my dream to see the true Queen come back to us. A lot of us die before we get the chance.
Yeah, but now it's actually happening. Before our very eyes. How can we possibly keep calm when a miracle is unfolding?
I am so grateful to you all, my people. I would like to express a few words of gratitude, if I may. It is a joy to see real human activity once again, after all these years. I see that you continue to remain strong.
Of course we do. Got to protect what we love, right?
That's right. I'm not resting these old bones so long as there's life in them.
We'll hold out for decades more if we have to.
We have our queen, and even Ouroboros stand by her side.
With their strength behind us, Mobius won't stand a chance.
Looks like that takes care of that.
Indeed.
Wow. Decades plural. And here we are, happy enough if we can reach one.
The way I see it, you lot are far more incredible. You've achieved so much in so little time.
Huh? That's only natural, ain't it? Gotta get stuff done in the time you have. No way I could imagine having to fight for 40 or 50 years. Feels so snuffing far away.
Uni.
By the by, I'm not seeing the story spinner anywhere.
Story spinner?
He's this old guy who knows more about the city's history than anyone. He's like a walking encyclopedia.
Real curious bloke. Normally he'd jump at an opportunity like this.
Well, he's no spring turkin, though. If he hears he's missed his chance to meet Her Majesty, he might drop dead from the shock.
Heavens. Where might we find this person? I think we should pay him a visit.
What, really?
I'll bet it'd make his day. But are you sure?
I would like to try to meet him, if at all possible.
As you wish. It's your call.
You'll probably find him at Melia Lookout. I hear it's one of his favorite spots.
A walking encyclopedia, is he? Then we can expect an enlightening conversation.
What conversation are you expecting?
Oi, what's all the fuss? Whose funeral is it this time?
Nobody's, I should hope. We were just wondering if...
Oh, old Melie. Well, this can't be real, so somebody pinch me. What if it's actually my funeral? Then that would mean... Where the places have I ended up?
Yeah, this is Melia Lookout in the city.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to startle you. I'm told you have quite the wisdom. I was hoping to ask you a few things, if it doesn't bother you.
Oh, I get ya. The Queen herself is asking me personally to tell her a story. Now I know I'm dreaming. Hey, Ouroboros kids, give me a good wallop here, right on the kisser.
Sure thing.
Have you gone quite mad?
Lance?
I didn't throw my weight into it.
Let's all calm down for a second and just talk sensibly, please.
Lance, you killed an old man!
Oh, I see. A rousing speech for the city, eh? What a stroke of luck. Even after that battering, I know I'll be content in the afterlife.
Oh, don't start. You were the one who asked us to.
Well, it seems life's worth living a little while longer. Don't want to disappoint old Queenie now, do I? Go on then, ask away.
I hear you have accumulated a wealth of knowledge over the years. If you don't mind my asking, is it not painful to know so much more than people around you, and be so much older?
Why, Melie? Do you mean to say you're worried about my ailments?
Pardon?
I've got arthritis, dermatitis, constipation, bones are as brittle as all hell, and I can never get a wink of sleep. When I do sleep in, the doc's got to come and check my breathing. Can't do what I used to. If it's not one thing, it's another.
Yeah, that's not what she was talking about.
Oh, aye. What was it then?
When you get to the age you are, after living for so many decades, you must have had to say goodbye to so many of your friends and stuff. Must be a lot of crap to deal with. So, how do you cope?
The pits is what it is. There are times when I wonder why I don't just curl up and die. But see,
life ain't all sunshine and roses. I think that's part and parcel of it.
So what? You just have to go on living in misery? You've got to be joking.
Uni, are you all right?
I just want to know what it's all about. Growing old. There's folk out there who get to live so much longer than us, and they still choose to fight. It just feels like I'm always taking a back seat. Like I'm getting left behind. But I want to be there with you guys. Even if it's just in spirit.
Uni, I had no idea that was how you felt.
Yeah, sorry. Hard to put it into words, really.
Even if those you once loved are no longer a part of this world, lonely as it is, and painful though the memories be, it is not wholly a tragic tale. For you can keep close to your heart your memories of those dear to you. And that is something to take pride in. That is what will give you strength. Admittedly, my life took a very different path to the likes of my companions here. But such are my thoughts.
Ah, never a truer word was spoken. That's one for the ages. Where's my notepad?
The fact that you're worrying about us here and now, Uni, I don't think we'll ever forget that. Your feelings will transcend time.
I'd have to agree. So don't feel like you need to be doing anything special for us, Uni. It's reassuring enough just being the way you are.
Don't suppose you've got any tissues on you? Spark, why'd you have to go and make it all soppy?
Nobody is leaving you behind, Uni. If you ever feel distance between you, you need only speak out.
Wait, was this all just to tell me that?
That's about the size of it. Good luck out there, young'uns.
Don't just pass it off as your own speech.
Say, Melly, would you mind if we shook hands?
He's straight up ignoring me!
I don't see why not.
Oh, you angel. Now I can shuffle off this mortal coil without regrets.
Knowledgeable my arse.
Life's a cruel journey from one end to the other. You only get one chance to walk it. But if there's one thing that gives it all meaning, it's love.
That's very sweet.
That ain't something I have to teach you young folks, though. Your friends are lucky fellows.
Monica said something like that too. Still doesn't make much sense to me, though.
Well, love takes many forms. There are as many ways to show it as there are people.
I'll remember that. Thanks.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we should probably be getting on. Till we meet again, Story Spinner.
Indeed, indeed. Safe travels to you, Your Majesty.
I think we've done the rounds here. Let's head back to the castle.
Your Majesty! You've returned.
I trust it's been quiet in my absence.
Yes.
I see that you have calmed down.
Yes, I have realized. However fervent my loyalty, if I am ever the source of Her Highness's anguish, it does no good.
You think too deeply, Isel. 'Tis your mind's fiction.
I will rectify that.
I am sure you will.
How was your trip? And what of the world?
Mankind's follies. People never learn. Whatever the passage of fate may bring, we must never lose the spirit of defiance, lest we submit to injustice, as we once did.
Again, why does she look so sad?
My friends and I, we fought hard for all this.
Xenoblade
Staked
one
our
song!
lives on this future. And if there's a chance to keep it that way, I too will be happy to sacrifice myself for this world.
Snuff that for a laugh. I hate that. You're the important one here.
Pardon?
It's true. It's something I noticed before. As befits a queen, you're always thinking about your subjects. But who thinks about what's best for you?
Seeing you suffer alone like this, none of us like it. It's too sad to think about. Losing you, that is. You're one of us.
Yeah, think about how much you always think of us. It's only fair if you let us do the same for you.
I am speechless.
Melia, you are needed in this world. But you weren't born solely for the world's sake.
That may be so. However,
If you permit me, I'll gladly lend you my strength. Not because you are our queen, but because we're travelers in the here and now. So we should live together.
I'm glad you're with us, Melia.
Fighting alongside you all is the best!
yes. You are right. How funny. Though wisdom is said to come with age, still you all seem to teach me so much. If some things elude my grasp, your words show me that there is more to life. They guide me when I run astray. Again and again. How fortunate I am to have you.
Now that's more like it, girl.
Melia, thank you. Thank you for always having believed in us.
That's one thing I would never doubt. Now we embark on our quests to create the future.
Yes, it's ours.
Oh my god! They used Definitive Edition! That was so cool!
I see some relations have changed.
Okay. We've officially ascended Melia. So now she's rank 20. Shackle healing? Huh. Anyway, so we finished one half of our adventure today. We have one more character, and that's Nia, so we're going to be doing that next. But yeah, wow. So precious. So precious. Anywho, it's time to go get Nia. Nia, I believe we said, is in the Cloud Keep, and she'll be our last hero for this playthrough until the DLC comes out. So, not heroes. We're gonna go to map. We're gonna go to upper. And there it is, Hall of the Serene. We're already 2 hours and 21 minutes in, but this is going to be you know, we're gonna keep going. Once we finish with Nia, I have to unlock her and everyone as well, by the way. So we're gonna have some grinding again. Just heads up. But we have to eat the food again. But let's see. Does Melia say anything right now? Or no? I can't believe Poppy was in that fucking thing. But then again, it has a face on it that looks super happy. And it was built by Tora.
Huh? Where's the queen?
Maybe she's in there. But where is she then?
Yeah, da 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 da. Yeah, da 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 da.
Huh?
Haven't worn this for a while. Still looks pretty natty though, eh, Nia, old fox? So tough to get around in those bloody formal duds. One false step and you fall flat on your face. I finally feel like I can be myself. Really cut loose, I love it. Oh!
Oh.
What are you guys doing here?
We just, what are you?
Majesty, your clothes.
Wait, just hang on. Give me a second here, all right? Well met, all of you. Please accept my heartfelt welcome. I can offer you only a simple welcome today. But do please make yourselves comfortable. Is something the matter?
Doesn't it wear on you? Acting like that.
What?
Noah?
No, it's perfectly fine. Dispense with such concerns. Pray, let not my regal status prohibit you from presenting your inquiries. Please, speak your minds.
All right, well, here's a question. What's that get-up all about?
Yes, perhaps you would find my clothes rather curious.
I mean, if you don't want to talk about it, that's cool. No sweat.
Oh. No, it's nothing like that. Before, I told you all how the world was once divided into two, if you recall.
Yes, you told us when we first met. How could we forget that, Your Majesty?
These clothes belong to that era, when the worlds were two, unmingled. These raiments were created specially for me in that older realm.
So they're from your old world, Majesty?
Right. I suppose you could call it a keepsake of my motherland, if you like.
Motherland? Can you explain that word, please?
The place of my coming into existence in the world, of my infancy and upbringing. We called that our motherland.
Your Majesty's motherland? What kind of place could it have been?
Are you interested, Noah?
I am. The subject seems so huge I can scarcely begin to imagine it. If it please you, I'd love to hear more about your world, Your Majesty.
Certainly. I'd be happy to. Well, to begin with, I ought to explain... Actually, now that I think it over, if I were to tell you the whole of the story, a full day and night might not suffice, I fear. In fact, I'm certain of it.
Oh, I see. Then I'm sorry to have made such an unreasonable demand of you. Well, maybe another time then.
Even then, surely you have important matters you ought to be taking care of. It won't do for me to detain you here.
Huh? Well, I suppose so, but...
Therefore,
let us go forth together.
Yes, Your Majesty, as you wish. Wait.
Forgive me, Your Majesty. I don't think we quite heard right.
I mean to say that I will accompany you on your travels. That way, I'll be able to continue my tales. Night and day, every day if needs be. I mean, that is not to imply that being cooped up here the whole time is as lonesome as it is tedious. Or that I'm well pleased with myself for inventing an elegant, way-sneak excuse to get out. It's nothing like that at all. Please do not misinterpret it thus.
No one was saying that anyway.
I suppose it may be a bit much, eh?
We weren't saying that either.
All right then, it's decided. A deal, shall we say?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Ah, yes!
Okay then, we humbly beg Your Grace, Your Majesty, or was that respectfully?
Oh, come now. No need for such formality. I ask only for your kind support, Noah. Oh, and from now on, I'd like you to address me simply as Nia. From now on, I'll be just another one of your ordinary fellow traveling folk.
Oh, it's been so flippin' long!
What I mean to say is... Oh, forget it.
Neo got the class, okay. Nia's class, the Life Sage. It's a healer role. The strongest of the healer classes, able to support the entire party. Heals allies when dealing defense, ignoring damage to enemies. This is probably good for Uni as well to learn. Of course, Uni is best for both fucking Melia and, well, Melia in terms of looks, but Nia's class. So ain't that fun? Anyway.
Leave the healing to me.
Alright, I'll leave her in the outfit for now, but we're gonna need to level it up, so. Okay. I want to see what happens, what they say.
My mind is made up. You have my full support.
I'll come with you, and we will build the future.
Yeah, it's both versions, the Pyra version and the Pyra version and the Mithra version. It's pretty cool that she has it. Alright, so we have two goals right now that we have to do, okay? Number one, we need Mio to hit rank 10 with Life Sage, okay? Secondary goal with that is to get everyone to unlock Life Sage with Mio, and that's it. Number two is, you saw what it said under Nia's request. We have to go to specific places across Aionios for Nia's memories, okay? So, first things first, we're gonna be leveling up her class. That's gonna take the most amount of time away from us, so we're gonna get that done, okay? So, first things first, we go back to Agnus Castle map, so we can eat the food again. Oh, there's a thing here for one of her memories, I assume. So, I'll see this memory first, okay? Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna do them all in one sweep after we level it up. Okay.
Let's make the most of our break, guys.
Order. So we're gonna eat food. We'll see how Nia eats. If its focus is on her.
Delicious.
It does not focus on her.
Uni's back in action.
Yeah. I'll just keep buying. Doesn't matter. Show me Nia.
Delicious.
There she is. Trying to be refined, but she isn't. It's hilarious. Like,
let's keep things on.
I want to just be myself, but I have to be regal. Oh. Okay. So now that we have the meal, we're gonna go back to Cadencia and grind that enemy I've mentioned before. So first things first, we gotta go to the camp. Level back down to 78. This time Noah has his ability. It's only Mia that's gonna be a problem. But Lance is still a tank. So we're gonna be down a tank, but we're up a healer. We're up 2 healers.
Let's make the most of our break, guys.
There's also this nice rumor that, well, I shouldn't say it's a rumor. It's not a rumor. It's a theory, okay? That Mio is Nia's daughter from Rex, because she has the yellow eyes, but so does Nia. But they're the same style, you know, of character, and the core crystal on Mio's chest is the exact same one as Nia's. Like, exactly the same. Same color, same shifting. So level 78. Bring Nia down as well.
All part of the plan, I think.
Oh, that's a new line. Okay.
All right, everyone. Time to head out.
So now we go over here and we start fighting it. So this is gonna take a little bit. Okay, at least 3, maybe 4 times of fights. I gotta clear the other ones away though. So get rid of you.
Here we go, guys.
Okay, let's go, Noah.
Uppercut!
I'll make this quick.
Can't let you show me up, Noah.
Come here! I got something for you!
You're a lifesaver.
Resonant Flash!
Giant swing! Scream!
Oreo! Edge Thrust! Air Slash! Oreo!
Oh, she's got her own song too.
Hey! I'm here! You're on fire, Land!
Eat it!
Uppercut! Slap! You want to tussle? Come here! I got something for you!
Thanks.
Nothing. Enemy's broken away from me.
My power flows free!
I know. Feeling good.
Oh, it's Drifting Soul again, but a battle version.
Feel that?
Yeah, it's Drifting Soul.
This power! We can do this!
Amazing! Break! Got you!
Let's show them!
I can feel it in my bones! The power of Superboss!
Time to wheel the big gun! You ain't ready for this!
Oreo!
Perfect timing. We have superiority! Push punishment! Air Slash!
Oreo!
Resonant Flash!
That was spectacular.
And I was the MVP.
Okay, we got the 2 out of the
You were
way.
all thinking it.
We already beat them once, but no victory is certain.
Well,
Oh shit, I didn't even do that.
crush out! Nothing.
I'm sorry.
Enemy's broken away
I
from me.
can't go easy on you.
Water lily.
He is going pretty far back.
Come here. I got something for you.
You're a lifesaver.
Eat it.
Redeeming blue. Heal harmony. Harmonic wave.
Nothing. Enemy's broken away from me.
Gravity blow.
Crusher. Come here. I got something for you.
Sometimes brute force is the answer.
Nothing. Enemy's broken away from me.
Let's keep the aggro.
Uppercut. Slap.
Overfall.
Redeeming blue. Oreo.
Everyone, to me.
Thanks.
Eat it. Water maximum voltage.
A fusion of our gravity blow. The heat is up. Let's go.
Just like it should. Let's do it, Tyre. Strong now. Gotta kill you now, sorry.
There's spark in me yet.
Quit being an idiot and stay back.
Fusion of our
Here we
strength.
Thanks, Nia. Thanks, Nia.
How's that?
That's the weak point.
Can't everyone healed up? No complaints? I owe you.
Gravity blow.
This one's off their own.
A fusion of our strength.
This'll keep me going.
Tachyon slap. That's the weak point.
Can't let you show me up, Noah. Keep up the pressure.
Oh, I forgot to do the thing. No.
Power could we need?
I didn't do the thing. Fuck.
Well, I can help you.
Can
you guys ready for this?
I know what to do.
Oreo.
Pressure advantage.
Keep it up. Like this.
I'll get you
Yep.
ship shape in no time. I look out stressed.
Perfect timing.
Come here. I got something for you.
This'll keep me going. I'll keep doing what I'm doing then.
Brilliant, Your Majesty.
Eat it. Myopic scream.
His power. We can do this.
I can feel it in my bones.
Oreo.
Move it.
Okay, chain attack.
Leave it to uni.
How's all right?
Okay.
I'll lead. Above and beyond.
Overkill, but you resisted the break. Reactivate all characters except self when hero completes in order. Okay.
Me next.
I was waiting for this.
This isn't the end.
Okay.
What would you say to this? I salute your judgment.
I'll lead.
I can follow that up. Last but definitely not least.
See her thing. I know I didn't show Melia's whole thing.
This'll finish it.
This should be our plan of attack.
Great. Everyone get ready. I get first dibs.
I'll follow your lead.
Your fate was sealed when you rose against us.
I mean, Noah did a thing with her skill, but it wasn't actually Melia's thing.
This should be our plan of attack.
Great. Everyone get ready.
Oh, Nia came back. Oh, right, because the Ouroboros, right.
I get first dibs.
Oh. that high.
Got you now. Sink your breathing.
Strike true! Upon this sword, I place my strength! Yes, that went well.
Woohoo!
Nothing a bit of teamwork couldn't handle.
Whatever happened?
Lance is close to unlocking it.
Onto not being careless.
I forgot to equip Nia with accessories. She's a healer, so kind of want similar stuff to what Tyon and Uni have, so an affection necklace. I guess another affection item would be the ring. Do I have another? Yeah, I do. Something to boost her dexterity. Can I find something like that? There we go. What are her skills? Steadfast feelings, instant regen, cellular stimulus, of course. That's how she gave fucking Mallows super cancer. Arts.
Saber slash. Redemption. Redeeming bloom.
Okay, so heals nearby allies with arts, hits a max of 100.
Divine sword.
This is a 195% AoE heal. This is an AoE around her, which causes to regenerate, and one of these. Blow down.
Last hope. Merciful heart.
Knockback AoE.
Redeeming bloom.
Okay, I'll save that for now. Yo. Wait, really fast, I want to make sure that you have
I'll keep us safe from harm.
Strange Soaring Temple Shield Bass.
Leave the healing to me.
She's still got a
Shield
topple.
bash.
And a launch.
Soaring tempest. Summon element.
Okay, I'll do that. Alright.
Ready for this, guys?
A score! I mean... What good fortune.
Okay.
There's tremendous power in that one.
Come here! I got something for you!
You're a lifesaver.
How's that? First come, first serve. That's what I want to see, Senna. Eat it. Giant swing. Redeeming bloom.
Heal harmony!
Oreos. Ugh.
This power. We can do this.
I can feel it in my bones.
Resonant flash.
Uppercut. Slap. Oreo.
Oreo.
Water lily.
A fusion of our strength. Sword strike.
Overfold. I'm gathering momentum.
I know. Feeling good. Air flash.
How's that?
Resonant
The
flash.
time is now. Oreo. I can still do this.
It's a
heal
Stay
in
on
no
guard
time.
for now. I'm sorry. I can't go easy on you.
Everyone healed up? No complaints? Do it, Kion.
Here
We'll
and now.
knock you into next week.
Dimension
Redeeming
Ripper.
bloom.
Here and now.
Giant swing.
Aionios
Feel.
Nothing. Enemy's broken away from me. I want to surrender before we grind you into dust.
You want some more? How's that? Maximum voltage.
A few. That's the weak point.
Unbridled. Maximum
Let's
power.
show them
Here
what
we
we're
go.
made of.
This one's up there. We're racing right now.
Gravity
Let's
blow.
Mortal bullet.
Aionios.
Wave of the prayer.
Fusion of our. There's spark in me yet.
I can heal that.
Everyone.
This is bad.
Well within. I can help you.
No! No, you can't!
Thanks, Nia.
Tidal wave.
Noah, I believe in you. I'll get you shipshape in no time. How's that? Everyone healed up? No complaints? Cheers, you're again. Divine Saber Slap! Sword! Summon and Oreo! I'll keep doing what I'm doing then.
Brilliant, Your Majesty.
Barely felt it.
Come here! I got something for you!
This'll keep me going.
Okay, we
We'll
missed the
finish
break,
it here.
but
Observe my strategy.
Hit them with break. Everyone get ready.
I'll lead.
no break.
Me next. The party never ends.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Uni.
I was waiting for this!
Oh, we're not done yet. How about something like this?
Alright, coming right up!
I'll lead.
Still no break.
I can follow that up. Last but definitely not least.
Throw up chain.
You thought it was over? Ha! I got you in my sight!
I just thought of a great idea.
All right.
I get first dibs.
Okay.
I can follow that up. You're done.
Heel harmony!
Sword strike. Let's bring it home. You're finished. Pull out on the stop. All right.
He's already 63.
I'll take point.
Me next. I'm just here to end it!
United we stand! Woohoo!
No, it's close. Uni has it. I might switch her to it
I'll
now.
heal you right up.
Tyon has it. Lance has it. Senna's close. What level is Mio? Mio's rank 5 with it. Okay.
Oh, score!
Ready for this, guys?
In what good fortune?
Keep your heads or lose them.
Safest colonies with me on the job.
Oriel, I'm
Maximum
sorry.
ulti.
I can't go easy on you.
I've got support covered.
You're a lifesaver.
You could try a little harder.
You're on fire, Lance. Dimension Ripper.
Resonant blast! Nothing. Enemies broken away from me.
Here and now. The heat is on.
Yeah, feels just like it should. Cannonball!
Here and now.
Redeeming
Gravity
blue.
blow.
Crash out! Summon element! My power flows free!
We can do better yet. Dimension Ripper.
Crush out!
How's that?
Here and now.
Man, I'm fit to burst!
Tachyon Slash.
Power of Ouroboros!
I'm more than strong enough to punch your lights out!
The power of Ouroboros! Unrivaled!
I'm more than strong enough to punch your lights out!
A fusion of us. Resonant Blast. Tachyon Slash. There's spark in me.
We can do this.
Maximum power! Feel it in my bones!
You guys ready for this?
Time to send them packing!
Here we go, Lance! Blitzing right now!
Tachyon Slash. Dimension Ripper. Gravity Blow.
But now I feel glorious!
We are echelons above you.
Oh, I didn't. Okay.
Whew. That was spectacular!
And I was the MVP. You were all
Those
thinking
enemies
it.
are about to respawn though.
Ready for this, guys?
Oof, this looks serious.
Stick to try for either attack.
Uppercut! Slap! It's nothing. Enemies broken away from me.
Stop moving away.
I look out for us. Wow, thanks!
There's spark in me yet.
Hang in there, I'll heal you.
Do as you
There you
prefer.
go.
Oriel.
How's that?
I feel the power.
I can feel it in my bones.
Come here! I got something for you!
Thanks.
Nothing. Enemies broken away from me.
Half of it.
Time to end this. Oh yeah!
The strength! It's amazing!
Uppercut! Slap!
Resonant Blast.
Crush out!
Oriel.
How's that?
This should up the odds a little.
Thanks for the support, I felt. Let's do it, Tyon. Oh, you're sparking spark now, mate.
Here and now.
Crazy strong
Time to wheel
now.
out the big gun! We'll blow you away!
You're a lifesaver. The time is now.
Typhoon field.
Out of my face!
I'll tear it all down.
Lightning arrow.
Dimension Ripper.
Ray of punishment!
I think we made them mad.
How's that? Typhoon field.
That's the weak point.
Can't let you show me up, Noah.
Get that! Out of my
Let's turn it up to 11.
This'll give them something to think about. Saber slap. Redeeming
Dimension Ripper.
Rage! Interlude silly out!
Ready for this? Okay, let's settle this. I'm good at this whole healing business.
You're a
Everyone healed
lifesaver.
up? No complaints?
We'll
Excellent
finish it
support.
here.
How about something like this?
I used my thinking muscles for this one. Check out what I've got in mind. All right, coming right up.
I'll lead.
Oh, he's using unlimited sword.
Above and beyond.
Holy shit. That's never happened in a chain attack before.
I can follow that up.
I was waiting for this.
Okay.
You thought it was over. Ha!
What would you say to this? Hit them where they least expect. Great. Everyone get ready.
I'll lead. Tachyon slash.
Oh man, that's so cool. I didn't know you could use unlimited sword in a chain attack. This is new. Okay,
Me next. Last but definitely not least. Your fate was sealed when you rose against us.
Observe my strategy.
I had a bright idea.
I use Neo. I use Lance.
I salute your judgment.
I'll lead. Tachyon slash.
Okay.
Get ready.
Observe my strategy. How's this for a plan? All right.
I don't know if she's gonna fuck it up. I don't trust myself.
I'll start us off. You're in for it now. You're done. Water lily.
Resonant flash. Tachyon slash.
So cool, man. Does it change his...
This is
It does!
Put out on the storm. All right. Let me do the honors.
Me next. Water lily.
Can daze it. cameras in the ground.
Oreo! Tachyon Slash! This isn't the end!
566 and 1,160 fucking combo.
You're finished!
Don't mind me, I'm just here to end it!
592.
Yes, that went well.
Get off!
Everyone's unlocked it.
Wrecked!
There we go. Sweet. And now I can go over here to you and level 10 it. Oh, I did this on the wrong person. Whoops.
I'll keep us safe from harm.
I meant to do it on her. Whoops. It's fine though. Skills. Life Sage. Nice. I'll leave you here.
I'll
for now.
heal you right up.
3 silver coins. Who would have thought? Okay.
Something so valuable here.
Alright, map. Let's go level back up, and it's time to do the thing.
Better make sure we're well rested.
Wrong button. Okay, level up everyone. Everyone hit level 93. Including Nia.
I definitely feel stronger.
I'm all refreshed and
Okay.
ready to take on the...
So now, map. We need to take her to... place in... the city? Yes. I'm gonna mute...
World.
Well, actually, no. I'll say each place as we go.
Your Majesty, there you are.
Please, it's Nia. You aren't used to it yet, are you?
I'm sorry, you're... Please forgive me, it's just...
It's fine. I may have taken my teasing a step too far there.
I hope what I'm about to say doesn't come out the wrong way, but...
Yes?
It's just... You're our queen. We believed you were the one that gave us all life, and that we'd return to you in the end.
You were like this awesome being high above. None of us could even dream of talking to you. And now you're just traveling along with us and chatting like it's an everyday thing. It's just really bizarre to me somehow. Like things have been switched around. It still feels a little strange.
Could it be that it just hasn't sunk in yet? I see. Well, it's the same for me.
What?
I'm sure I've told you this before, but please indulge me. While I was asleep in the Cloud Keep, I was getting information about what was happening in the world. So I knew long before that you were not M, but an independent being called Mio. But it was nothing more than information. I wanted to truly know you more than anyone else. But I couldn't touch you, couldn't make contact. I felt so close to you, but you were still this distant, far-off thing. It was so frustrating. But right now, you're so close, I can reach out and touch you, speak with you even. I never thought the day would come. It's a truly strange feeling.
It's the same for me.
Indeed. It's amazing, really, the way things worked out, don't you think?
For sure. If I hadn't become Ouroboros, I'd never have had the chance to meet you, Nia. Sometimes a small pebble starts the avalanche, which changes your whole future. Don't you think?
No, I don't think you can put it all down to chance.
Huh? What do you mean?
I think we met because we were supposed to, Mio. It was meant to be. Because, to me, you're...
Hey! Mio! Nia! We're heading out soon, guys. Get a move on or you'll get left behind.
Okay, we're coming! Shall we go join the others?
Sure. Let's do that. Mio?
Yes?
I'm really glad we got to talk like this.
Yeah, me too. Nia.
Huh. Okay, maybe that theory holds some water, because it seems like Nia was about to say something important to Mio. But that's still a theory. Until Nia says the words, "You are my daughter," we can't really say anything about it. So, the next location is in the Forest region. You remember the Saffronia tree that Tyon saw? I'm trying to remember where exactly it was. It was like somewhere over here-ish? It was on a cliff. Oh, here it is, right next to that question mark. It'd be hilarious because, you know, Saffronia trees are from the original Uriah, so she would know what those are.
Ah, the scent of Saffronia. This takes me back.
Xenoblade 2 song.
Takes you back? You mean you know what this is?
Yes, of course. Saffronia trees used to grow in the world that I came from, you see.
Huh? For real? So that's where Saffronia trees come from. Who'd have guessed?
That's not all. What you call the Urian Mountains came from my world too.
Whoa, seriously? I always thought they were funny-shaped mountains.
I mean, now they're mountains. Back then, they weren't so picturesque.
I
Are there more places like this? Stuff that we don't know the true origin of?
Actually, yes. In fact, I dare say, pretty much everywhere you've seen till now.
Makes sense. If you hadn't been here, we'd have just walked right past like it was no big thing.
I suppose it's good for you all to know about how things were in the old world. Well, now you've got all this new perspective, why not have a look back at the path you already traced?
Looking back at where we came from. That could be a really valuable experience.
Yes. Please, give it some thought. The path that you're on now will lead you to the future that you've dreamed of.
Okay, the next one is the one in Agnus Castle.
Haven't been here for a while.
I can't wait to see the look on Gondor's face when she sees you.
Gondor.
Oh, what do you plonkers want now? Hey, come on. Don't be like that. We're just here to say hi.
Huh? What's that? You got time on your hands, have you? Huh? Why? If it isn't...
I believe this is the first time we speak directly, isn't it, Gondor?
Can someone tell me what the hell's going on? What's the Queen of Agnus doing here? Oh, hang on. I suppose we are in Agnus Castle right now. So, maybe it's not so weird to see you here. But what I don't get is, why does the Queen of Agnus seem to know about me?
That's... well, it's a long story. The Vandham name, and those that bear it, have a deep meaning for me.
You mean my family?
In the past, we were saved by a man called Vandham. He taught us a lot about life, and what it was we were called to do. It's no exaggeration to say that without him, there would be no me.
Huh? A real deep connection between Nia and Gondor's fam. Spooky.
The memories of it are all but lost now. These were events of the distant past.
Oh. More to the point. Seems you dags have gotten pretty used to chumming up with royalty, like it's no big thing.
Well, Nia asked us to treat her that way. Like another one of the gang.
Come on, Gondor. Surely you more than anyone wouldn't expect us to mince our words around Nia.
Wind your neck in, will ya? Nothing wrong with how I talk.
Oh, you're so bold and unabashed. I simply adore it.
I suppose I am.
I mean, you've passed through the conflict with the false queen, maintained order in the castle. There are a lot of things that came about because of your blood, sweat, and tears, Gondor.
Huh? Well, that's a real heck of a compliment. Too much for the likes of me, maybe, you Madge. All I reckon we really did was set a few boundaries to stop things going daft. I don't have a clue about your Agnian folks, though.
You're just being humble, Gondor. Please, there's no need for it. It's not easy to earn people's trust, to maintain the balance. And you do all that while still remaining natural, unadulterated Gondor.
Oi! I'm basically an adult. I'm almost... forget it.
Gondor, you really soften up when you get a few kind words, don't you?
Huh? Who you calling soft?
I hope Agnus can count on your continued support.
I mean, what I'd really like to be saying right now is bite me. But since I've got a real deal queen going to all the trouble of asking me, I guess I've got to at least consider the request a bit.
From the bottom of my heart, thank you, Gondor. As the nominal lady of Agnus Castle, I bestow upon you my sincere admiration for fulfilling the...
Hey! Whoa! Enough already! It's like you want to make me squirm.
Ah, there's our Gondor.
Just shut up, will you? We're done talking about me, all right? You Ouroboros assholes, mind your own beeswax, all right? I better not hear you've been holding the Queen back. You're a real goofy bunch, aren't you? Just being around you counts as a hazard.
Pot calling the kettle black much there, Gondor love?
Oh, it's the baby Turkin.
I see some.
Why is there a
relations
thing
have
here?
changed.
Got it
Why
all
is-
memorized.
Why? Why? Okay, we have one more location to go to, and I'll do it in a second, okay?
We could do with some food. I think we need to
it's a
discuss this.
quest.
Let's keep things on a tight loop.
Okay, we'll do this really, really fast. Like, I might skip shit to get through it because I don't care. Kind of problems. Yep. Ether cylinders. Appreciate your offer. Yep. Kraken.
I see some relations have changed.
Wrong button. God damn you so much. Okay. I don't understand why they couldn't have been a skip travel marker down at the bottom of the fucking elevator, but that's a minor complaint. The last location is in the near Colony Tau. Okay, you.
I see some relations have changed.
Oh. Why is there one over there? This one wasn't there before. Oh, God.
Don't try to stop us.
Leave it to me. I'll have them crying by the end. We should be able to use some of
Oreo.
it. First come, first serve. Senna!
Come here!
Love to
I
see
got
it.
something for you!
You're a lifesaver.
Eat
Crush
it.
ya.
Eyes over here.
Thanks.
Tear him a new one, Senna. Right, fly up and scream.
Eyes here!
You're on fire, lad.
Butterfly blade.
Redeem keep on like this.
Break.
Did you see me in action, Mimi?
Sure I did, Senna. You look great.
I'll need a hand here.
Okay.
Is this
I'm
like
done
a
gathering.
rare thing?
Don't make me do this for every single one. You're gonna make me help all three. Okay. Still haven't gone over there. But this will make me go there.
Monster just knocked some fruit off that tree!
There's a thing there. You know the queen's with us, right? Like, you're just asking to get yourself slaughtered.
Good to add more names. Keep your attacks.
I got something for you!
You're a lifesaver. I see some relations have changed.
Oh, we got Aggie or Oggy, I don't remember which one it was.
Come here! I got something for you!
Thank you for that. Things are building up.
Time to end
My
this.
power flows free.
We can do better yet.
Redeeming bloom. Things are building up.
Time to end.
You guys ready for this?
Let's turn up the pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? This is new.
I haven't been over here.
to do this, but you're in our way.
Leave it to me. I'll have them crying by the end. Eat it!
That's the weak point.
Can't let you show me up, Noah.
Heal! That was pretty much what I expected. I'd say we were moving in sync, right, Tyon?
Interesting. So it's origin-based Levnesses.
I don't want to do this, but you're in our way.
Let's end this quickly.
Crush ya!
Oreo!
Come here! I got something for you!
Thanks! We're unstoppable with you around, Senna.
I'm the girl with the gall.
This is our first time here, isn't it?
Just a bunch of battles.
Don't try to stop us.
We can do it, no doubt about it.
Oreo!
First come, first serve.
Show us what you got, Senna.
Days! Cannonball!
Keep it up, Senna.
Overboard!
I'm sorry. I can't go easy on you.
Break!
Oreo!
Light slash! My power flows free.
We can do better yet.
Feel that?
You see? This is our path to the future. I don't want to do this, but you're in our way.
All set and ready to tumble.
Edge thrust! Air slash! The time is now!
Swing! Butterfly blade!
Redeeming bloom! I'm sorry. I can't go easy on you. You're weak!
Wait, Noah! Back! Break!
Topple! Redeeming bloom! I know! Feeling good!
Butterfly blade!
Resonant harmonic wave! That's the weak point!
Power of purple!
We're unstoppable. You see? This is our path to the future.
Oh. Well, I didn't know there was a unique monster here that was level 91.
Oh, hey!
I see it, Senna.
Here's a goodie.
A score! I mean, what good fortune.
Okay. Now we go down. Then we'll do the last thing, get the discussion done, and then we can do the last bit for Ascension, and then we're done. 3 hours and 30 minutes, so this might be a 4-hour goddamn video. But it's the entire post game, so besides the super bosses. Sadly, there's no safe way to jump down unless I jump down at outside the castle. So I gotta take the slow way.
Now, we wait.
Bye Nia, bye Tyon. And Senna. Oh no, Senna's here. I gotta clean their clothes. What the fuck? The game just held up for a second. Yep.
I see some relations have changed.
Good thing we found this.
Wait, was that 10 or 70? 12. 12. Bye. We done? $89, yeah. Okay, it was 10. Because I had 99. It became another quest.
We're going up in the world.
Keep hitting the wrong goddamn button. Okay. Next to a thing. Oh, she just died. Okay, so you're just crazy and killed people. Now you're gonna get killed by your queen. Because you suck.
Come here! I got something for you! Thanks! Hurry up!
First serve!
Show us what you got, Senna! Enemy's broken away from me!
Eyes over here!
You're a lifesaver! Come here! I got something for you! I'll tear it all down!
Butterfly blade! Overfall! Everyone, to me!
Time to get crushed!
Let's show them! I'm fit to burst! My upbeat wave with power flows free!
I know!
Power of
Feeling good!
sucks, but
I see some relations have changed.
alright, no more fucking around. Pendulous, we were talking about your was I wrong? It's not here, which would honestly make sense because she knows what this place. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Will she say something? I should bring her to the other place too. Just to see if she says something. But I'll do that after we do the memory.
I see some relations have changed. Looks like colony relations have changed.
You gonna say anything? Doesn't look like Nia will. Okay. Oh, over here.
Those empty ruins.
Nia? Everything all right?
This place you call Maktha Wildwood. Do you know anything about all the ruins and things scattered around here?
No, to tell the truth.
I never paid them any mind, I guess. But now you mention them, they do seem pretty weird. Oh. Hey, is this also related to stuff from your old world, Nia?
That's a good guess, Senna. Not quite right, but you aren't far off.
Please, explain.
All right, I will. This is probably something you ought to know about. I told you before about Aionios' creation, right? Well, what I'm about to talk about goes back much further into the past than that.
You mean when the worlds were one?
The people of that time had access to absolute power, using it to create and enjoy a flourishing civilization. But in the end, they started to fight each other for control over that very power. And because of that, the power became a calamity and ripped the world in two. What we're looking at now is the remnants of the destruction that humanity has wrought. So the true meaning of all this ruin is to stand as a monument to the history that created this world.
If you really think about it, we human beings are the cause of all of it.
I don't get it. Why fight till everything burns?
The answer is because they were afraid.
Afraid of what?
Afraid of ending. All life, all civilizations and cultures, Everything comes to an end in time. Of course, humans are part of the world too. We can't escape that rule either. But people never stop looking for a way, even if it means going beyond the rules. Eternity. That's what they were searching for.
Eternity.
If the present moment carries on forever, then the end will never come. That's eternity. With that, the miserable decay that you're looking at now would never come to pass. I think you probably all know the rest of the story already. Why this world that we're in now is called Aionios, the realm of eternity.
Zed also wants eternity, just as the people did back then.
But, I mean, even though they were longing for eternity, to sacrifice so many lives to achieve it, it can't be right.
I agree. We might get hurt, and someday we'll be gone. But we have to keep moving forward in spite of all that. That's what it means to live, right, Nia?
Yes, exactly right. That must be clear to you all now. You should hold on to that vision of life. Cherish it as you go forward. Keep that in your heart so that you never repeat the mistakes of the past.
I was kind of hoping she'd name drop Klaus, but...
Let's make the most of our break, guys.
Much better.
Let's lay out the facts.
Okay, so what do we got next? Good question. Nia, anywhere you still want to go? Well, if you're asking me to choose, then I may have to ask for your advice first. Sure, I hope we can give you a decent answer. In all the places you guys have been so far, was there ever a place where you could just look at the sky up close, almost touch it? But what do you mean, close to the sky? I guess she means, like, have we ever been to the highest place in the world, right? The highest place. Have we? Maybe, maybe not. Is that where you'd like to go now, Nia? Yes. I mean, I don't have any real major reason for it, but just when you asked where I wanted to go, that was the first thing that popped into my head. What, the sky, you mean? Maybe when I look up the sky, I just long to go back there. Sort of nostalgia. Well, if that's where you want, then why don't we try to find a high place for you? Oh, really? You're good with that? I'm cool with it. Anyway, it was me who brought up the whole idea, where do you want to go chat in the first place. If there's a way up there, skyscraping place like that, I'd like to check it out myself. You guys. Thank you so much. I guess I'm counting on you all over again. Let's find it together then. The place where we'll be close enough to touch the sky.
All right, everyone. Time to head out.
Sword marks. Yeah, you want me to go down there? What if I could do this? Never been over here.
Huh? This is new.
Cavity. This is what happened after Chapter 5 when the Annihilation Cannon that Agnus Castle had hit the sword.
Oh, score! I mean, what good fortune.
The strongest Superboss would also be over here somewhere after you complete the Aionios Strongest challenge.
Huh? Is that?
You see a unique monster. I'm surprised Melia didn't want to go here either.
Well, we've been found. You want to tussle? Oh, we can tussle!
Ugh! Enemies! I'll hold them off!
Who knew the bonnets would be the ones that instigate the fight?
Not to worry, just stick to the plan.
I'll claim the ether here.
Yeah, wanting to go to a pretty dangerous fucking area though.
Good thing we found this.
Well, we've been found.
You're gonna make me fight.
Come
this
here!
close.
I got something for you!
Thanks! Keep your stick to physical attacks!
Maximum voltage! Butterfly blade!
Redeeming bloom.
Giant swing!
Resonant flash! Nothing going.
A fusion of our hero
Smash! Myopic scream! Butterfly blade!
Advanced cooldown.
Crash out!
Raise nothing!
I'm
Enemies
gathering
broken away
momentum.
from me!
We can do better yet!
We can do this!
Man, I'm with it.
We're unstoppable with you around, Senna.
I'm the girl with the gall.
Amazing.
Oh, I see an origin shard as well.
Wonder what's inside.
Next to the bonnets.
Such a blue sky. Though the world changes, no matter what form it may take, the sky up there, it stays the same. Thank you. I'm grateful to all of you. It's kind of you to indulge me like this.
No, it's fine. Don't forget, asking you along was our idea.
I'm pleased you all became Ouroboros. I'm glad that you did.
Nia, what's gotten into you? Why are you saying this now?
When this battle is over, the stationary worlds will move once again. When the worlds were divided, they knew nothing of each other. In the end, they'll be strangers once again. perfectly ignorant. As will we. Even so, I wanted to make a memory. The day when we part for good, it's coming. But still, I wanted us to share this moment. I wanted to feel that special connection, those ties that bind us together. Not just as your queen, but also as your friend.
Nia.
So just... thank you. In the end, it's up to you. My hope is invested in your future. You must defeat Zed and make a better world with your own hands.
Hey, that's not quite right.
Huh?
That better world. You'll be building it together with us, Nia.
You mean...
I mean, even if we do get separated, someday we'll see each other again. We want you with us, Nia, in that future. How could we not? We need you. Rather, please stay. Because the connection we share, Nia, that's something that can never be broken.
Mio. I mean, if that's the future that you want... No, let me try that again. That future, I'll share it with you. It's not just yours, it's our future we'll invest in. For that, we need this world to end. Until that time...
Yeah. We'll be by your side until then, Nia.
That's probably the simplest Ascension. Alright. That's it. That's the last hero until the DLC. But wow, that looks trippy. I want to thank you guys for watching the playthrough one more time. This series, I've been waiting for it. It's been one of my best I think I've put out in terms of quality and audio in general. Like I don't think any of them clipped. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching, taking the time. This is the longest video officially. Seeing Melia and Nia in the party, having the characters play with them, the connections between them, looking at references from the past games. I kind of wish Nia's Ascension had a flashback to 2, but I understand why they didn't, because it's slightly different engine, slightly different, where Definitive Edition was closer to this, with the express intent of making 3 after Future Connected. But it would have been nice to see like another little back flashback from Nia's perspective. And I think that rumor holds strength because of how Mio and Nia connected there and what Nia was going to tell her in the city. But yeah, I love this game. Game of the year. 10 out of 10 experience for me. The gripes I've had were all minor. There was nothing serious at all that bothered me. So yeah, can't wait for the DLC. We got a lot to look forward to with that. I'm hoping that we see Shulk and Rex meet Noah and the crew. Ino's gonna be interesting. I don't know who the third girl is called, but she looks interesting. But I'm waiting for the story here. So I will see you guys whenever that happens, okay? And, yeah. Walk on, as Noah said. Please do like the video. Please share it and subscribe for more Let's Plays in the future. I'm probably going to be doing Mario and Bowser's Fury next. And prepare yourselves, because I do plan Final Fantasy XIV from The Realm Reborn to Endwalker. That's going to happen. But I'll see you guys next time. And yeah. Please do subscribe. Have a good one, guys. Bye.